round.
Oh, my mama, I can show you how to run it up. Came from nothing, now we ballin', baby, look at us. We can cash out on whatever, bet they know it's us. This how I feel when you ringside with a line now. Phone wheels we drive, let the seats inside. Diamonds on the neck, you riding with a line. Every day we let you go and enjoy this ride. Thankful that we made it, what a time to be alive. Thankful that we made it, what a time to be alive. You know I gotta talk to him. Thankful that we made it, what a time.
Yeah, I decided, there's a lot we can always talk about. We can always talk about Fury, Joshua, Pacquiao, Spence, but this is a very, very big week, and I feel my first stream of the week should be dedicated to likely, in my opinion, the next undisputed champion of the world at 154 pounds, the first of the four-belt era at 154 pounds. Jermell Charlo. 34-1 with 18 KOs. In my personal opinion, he won that first Tony Harrison fight, and it was his brother Jermell Charlo that got the gift decision against Matvey Korobov. And I brought that up at the post-fight press conference for Charlo versus Korobov and Charlo versus Harrison won. And Jermell Charlo didn't like that too much, nor did the people from Texas. So, I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. This Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern on Showtime Championship Boxing, you're going to have Jermell Charlo, I guess you can say, defending his WBC, WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine 154-pound titles. Wait a minute. He does have the ring, right? Yeah, of course. It's right there on the thumbnail, against Brian Castaño. His WBO title is going to be on the line. Brian Castaño is a very dangerous fighter. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 154-pound division as a whole, and we're going to go down the ESPN pound-for-pound rankings and see who should be taken out or who you would take out to put Jermell Charlo in, because there's been a lot of talk on why Jermell Charlo is not a pound-for-pound fighter. On the ESPN list, Brian Castaño, 17-0-1 with 12 KOs. His biggest disadvantage is his height. 31 years old, listed at 5'7.5". Took Lindy Lara pretty much to hell and back during that draw. Very active fighter. He can outwork you. He can fight. A threat. But I am not picking him to beat Jermell Charlo. If he were to defeat Jermell Charlo, then it would be off of activity, because looking at Jermell Charlo's resume, and I've covered every single Jermell Charlo fight on YouTube since probably Gabriel Rosado. This was on Showtime. Since probably Gabriel Rosado. Maybe earlier. I don't think so. I think it was Gabriel Rosado, the first ever Charlo fight I've ever covered. So, looking at all of these fighters, no one has the pressure threat of a Brian Castaño of Argentina. Now, of course, looking at Brian Castaño's resume, the only person of note that you can say, is a significant fight is Lindy Lara. Yeah, he's got Michelle Sora on there. Yeah, he's got Patrick Teixeira. But the only real name of significance, and that was a fight like where it was like, okay, let's see how good this guy is, was against Lindy Lara. Now, what we're also going to talk about is this guy right here, Bakram Murtazaliev, 18-0 with 14 KOs, who's fighting on the undercard. He is the IBF mandatory for Charlo. Well, the winner of Charlo versus Castaño, but since he's the IBF mandatory for Charlo. So, no matter what, if you don't know how the IBF rolls, the winner has to fight Murtazaliev because it's undisputed. It's no more unifications. He is next. Then after that, Erickson Lubin. Then after that, whoever's the WBO mandatory. Could possibly be Tim Tszyu, who's supposed to be in talk to take on Liam Smith. So, The undercard is supposed to feature, well, the co-feature, that Rolly guy, Rolando Romero, taking on, well, 13-0 with 11 KOs with his bullshit WBA interim belt. Taking on Anthony Can You Dig It Yidget. It was supposed to be Austin Dulay. I forgot why he's no longer in the fight. 24-1-1 with 8 KOs. I've covered him in the World Boxing Super Series tournament. The Swede, when he lost to Ivan Barancek. And of course, we already talked about Bakram Murtazaliev taking on this guy, whoever hell this man is. No disrespect. Kyrie Gray, 16-5 with 12 KOs. Just a little stay busy fight for him. Just a little stay busy fight. So I'm going to be here on Thursday. We're going to be here live for the final press conference with all of these fighters, streaming it, of course. We're also going to be here for the weigh-in. You know, of course, I'm going to be doing fight night coverage and the post-fight press conference. And, you know, where is the buzz? Don't get me wrong. I'm hype. And I'm more, you know, more happy that it's not pay-per-view. But, like, where is the buzz? You know? By the way, take your time, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We're doing a lot more streams also to the moderators, as you can see. Maybe not this stream, but things are starting to get really, really busy around here. We're hitting at least one stream a week where we have about, you know, 1,000 or so people watching. There's a lot of things in the pipeline. If I haven't told you before, which I have, I've been saying it pretty much every stream. We're going to be working with the WBC and the WBC channel. They're launching a 24/7 boxing network, online boxing network. And it's still in the very, very beginning, not very beginning, but beginning stages. And there's going to be some more news coming out on that in the next couple of weeks. Also, major advancements on the channel coming over the next several weeks. I'm here full time. Seems like, you know, as long as I'm going to be alive. I had a lot of issues over the last several years, whether it's health, legal, whatever other bullshit. Well, that shit is no more. So I'm here to dedicate my time to you. And also, I'm going to be working a lot on my other channel, T Street Uncut. I built that a couple of years ago. It's fully partnered, all that type of stuff. It's ready to go. You know, time to stop restricting myself to boxing. Yeah, I know I've been saying it over, you know, the last several years, but really, seriously, I'm tired of it. Also, I am back on Twitter with a semi-burner account. You can follow me at T Street Contra. You know, TSTREET, Contra, CONTRA. A lot going on. I am also back on Instagram at tstreet.controversy. So yeah, we're getting back out there. I was really not really feeling Facebook and Instagram for about a good 2 years, so I'm really actually back out there. So since we're going to be here for a little while, let's go take a gander at the ESPN pound for pound rankings here and see who, in fact, here, let's go do it this way. Charlo, ESPN, P4P. Give me a minute. So, I think I should let this play. Because basically, and the full video was on the channel. We were live on the virtual press conference with Jermell Charlo and Castaño last week, where Charlo was voicing his frustrations about him not being on the pound for pound list. And on multiple pound for pound lists. Now, I haven't looked at the Ring Magazine pound for pound. And I guess I should pull them up too. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to take your time out, listen to this, and please subscribe.
In 2004, 17 years ago, when Winky Wright fought Shane Mosley and Winky Wright won and then won the rematch. I wonder if you've given any thought to the historical magnitude of this fight. I know it's the thing right in front of you, but in the long view, this is a very uncommon thing. That was in the 3-belt era. This is the 4-belt era. Tell me your thoughts about the historical magnitude of what you're about to partake in.
I mean, this is a major fight. You know, it's history for me and my family. It's history for me and my brother. It's history just for me and everybody, you know, that I represent, or that represents me, my city of Houston, people that's just been supporting me for all of these years. And it's just like, you know, it was due time, you know, to get in there and fight somebody. So now I'm here. You know, it's the time to let this moment just settle in. Nobody's ever done it, you know, since those days. And when they did do it, it wasn't for belts. But like the belts aren't on my mind. The belts are not on my mind. The money, none of that's on my mind. What's on my mind is this fight and the legacy behind this fight and what I do when I gotta get in that ring. So I know the belt's gonna be there. The trophies, there's trophy, you know, and you people, y'all make up these media about who the best and who ain't the best. So it's no union in this sport. So y'all just run your mouth and y'all just ask questions, but y'all really don't give people the accolades and the shit that they deserve, especially the company that y'all are working with. And it's okay. That's why I fight. That's the reason why I got.
He's talking about ESPN, but after he finishes, we're gonna go look at the ESPN pound for pound rankings, and this is from the Charlo versus Castaño virtual press conference that they had last week. The video's on the channel.
In my heart.
Well, you mentioned about legacy, Jermell, and just to go back to that, last time there was an undisputed championship fight in this weight class. Winky Wright, that was probably the biggest win of his career. And even though he was a great fighter besides that, he basically rode that victory and the rematch victory into the Hall of Fame. Have you ever given any thought about this type of accomplishment as such a massive aspect of what could potentially put you in the Hall of Fame?
And this could be the fight, you know. This could be the fight that put us in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I won a world title at the same weight division with my brother. That was legacy moments as well. So, I mean, I don't know when it's going to be enough for you guys, but y'all not getting in the ring, so y'all really don't understand. So, truthfully, to be honest with you, this fight is right. This the one that I need. This the one that I want.
You also mentioned about the folks who made pound for pound lists and that sort of stuff. I've seen the name Charlo, you and your brother, sporadically here and there on different lists, but not that high and not on every list, surprisingly.
We're not like fighters. You know it.
I like you guys. Tell me what you.
We're not the fighters that you would, you know, it's because of who we are, I guess. You know, like the things about us and certain things. You know, I guess you gotta win them over. The skills been paying the bills, like I said before, but because of the personalities and the demeanors that the Charlos and being a twin, you know, I guess some of those things like that, because it's two of us, you know, and everybody don't got a twin, so it make you not like the twin. So, you know, like, but we do put the fight on, and we make sure that we bring all, you know, we put our balls on the line. You said our family is in front of us, so we got to make sure that we feed them.
Well, what I was going to conclude the question with was this. If you win this fight, do you believe that is, without question, I know you think you belong on all those pound for pound lists already, but that's the ultimate stamp. You become
I thought it was
undisputed.
one list. I thought it was only one list. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is it all those pound for pound lists?
Well, there's different media outlets.
That don't matter.
Just in general, Jermell, is this the win that you put you 100%? Nobody can dispute that you're on a pound for pound list.
I had 35 fights in my career. 35 fights. So, I mean, you could choose whichever one you want.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Good luck in the fight, my man.
Thank you.
So let's stop right there. Obviously, there's multiple pound for pound lists. Charlo was asking, like, how come it's so many different pound for pound lists? Well, for example, my website, FightView360.com, we can make our own pound for pound list. I don't have one, which I should. Been in the game 10 years now. Ring Magazine has their pound for pound. ESPN has their pound for pound. Boxing World 24/37/711 worldwide probably has their pound for pound. You know, but he is really concerned with why he's not on the ESPN pound for pound. Now, before we play the second part, because he's going to talk about it some more, because it's clearly bothering him, let's go through the ESPN pound for pound. Canelo. Now, we're going to debate all of this later on in the video. I'm just reading out the names first, and we're going to go through them one by one. But we're just reading them out first. Canelo, number 1. Terrence Crawford, number 2. Naoya Inoue, number 3. Errol Spence Jr., number 4. Teofimo Lopez Jr., number 5. Tyson Fury, number 6. 7, Josh Taylor. 8, Alexander Usyk. 9, Vasil Lomachenko. 10, Juan Francisco Estrada. Let's go listen some more to the interview or the
Thanks, Dan. Next, we'll go to Mark Lellenwald, Sporting News.
Hey, Jermell, how's it going, man?
I'm great.
You know, we're in a time where a lot of boxers are chasing greatness. So what would it mean to you during this particular time? Would it be that much more special to you to be crowned undisputed?
Absolutely. It would be a very special moment. Not a lot of people get these opportunities. And, you know, I think that, you know, this fight going to solidify a lot of different things in people's mind about the Charlos. They're going to know the difference between me and my brother. It's a lot of different things. The reason why this fight is important.
You know, a minute ago you said that, it was interesting, you said that we're not liked. I think that you and your brother are very liked in this sport, and you're growing in popularity. So can you elaborate on that a bit?
I did. I spoke about personalities, and I spoke about certain things. You know, I get it. You know, we speak our minds. We say what we want to say. And if there was another Jermell Charlo around, I'd probably be having a grudge against him as well. So it's okay to understand that you know, everybody in this world, it don't matter if they like you. You know, if you're not of this world, you're not supposed to worry about what they think or feel about you anyways.
Got you. My last thing is, in his build-up to his fight last month, Jermell was very candid in saying that he misses having you around. How do you feel about that? And how has that distance affected you as a person?
Well, I mean, I feel like you get too comfortable anyways when people are around you and you so used to them being around all the time. So the more times you by yourself and you at the leading the race and you keep working and you keep pushing yourself, sometimes you to surpass people and outlap them so many times. So it's okay to be, you know, distance and then come back, we link back up. Those moments are better, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Best of luck.
Sure.
I have an issue with Ring Magazine's pound for pound rankings. So before we go in a deep dive of both of the pound for pound rankings, ESPN's and Ring Magazine's, and then also I'm going to give you my own pound for pound, I guess, you know, but we're going to freestyle it. But let me read off the Ring Magazine pound for pound champions for you, or ranked fighters. And we're going to talk about it later because I have some disagreements. And remember, pound for pound, everybody has their own, you know, and there's different formulas and all of that. So let's go read their pound for Ring Magazine. Canelo's number 1. Lomachenko's number 2. How the hell? I don't know. When was this updated? April the 12th. You got a new one? They got to have a new one. They got to have a new one. They got to have a new one. Like, why is it right here? Here, let me see something here. Wait, they got to have a new one. Because April's to pound for pound, all weights. There we go. Okay, so they got Canelo, Inoue, Terrence Crawford. Canelo number 1, Inoue number 2, Crawford number 3, Usyk number 4, Josh Taylor number 5, Spence number 6, Teofimo number 7, Estrada number 8, Lomachenko number 9, and Ioka number 10. Okay. Let's go listen to some more of the interview or the Zoom. This is the last little 3 minutes or so. And then we're going to talk about the rankings, starting with ESPN first.
Thanks, Mark.
And I'm tired of hearing the excuse of Ring Magazine is owned by Golden Boy and all that. Like, we're going to talk about it.
Question comes from Baby of ESPN.
Now, this is important. Listen to this.
Hey, Jermell, you know, for the record, we've got you number 1 at 154, just so we're very clear here. Number 2.
What about your pound for pound list?
Who's your? Let me put it this way: who do you think your best?
Who created your list? Who created your list?
I created my list.
Oh, the pound for pound list?
I'm on the pound for pound ranking.
Okay. Well, I got 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? I got the linear champion. I beat the number 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? I just want to drop it. Maybe y'all didn't know that.
Well, I mean, we didn't have Josh Taylor up high on that list until he disputed, until he unified as well and became.
He was on there before. He was on there before he fought.
He was lower on there, but that being said, I mean, so if you want to go that route, we can go that route. What do you think up into this date is your best win? What's your best win? What should we look at when I'm looking at making my pound for pound list? What win should I go? You know what? That's Jermell.
Have you watched me? I don't know how many fights have you watched me fight. You know, I'd have been a guy that's been down on the cards and came back with a knockout. I'd have been a guy that's been, you know, I done fought some of the toughest guys. You know, y'all got to remember some of the people that I fought and who they fought. You know, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not judgmental on y'all sites or whoever. I just know for a fact that, you know, I do get a lot of people that write me. They always telling me about, you know, the only people that don't really put y'all on y'all list is ESPN. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, that don't make me mad. They don't do nothing to me. Y'all don't pay no bills in my house, and y'all probably y'all create y'all list every day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all change y'all list every time somebody fights. So that's y'all job, dog. I don't care about that. I'm gonna get in there and do some dangerous stuff, and you don't even you could boycott me off your list like y'all been, whatever the case is, you know. So I don't care about that. I'm 154 Jermell Charlo, and I stand for my grounds for who I am. As long as, like I said, I'm making the people around me happy, and the peers and my coaches and the people that are telling me what to do, and they're satisfied with it, and I give my all. It doesn't matter.
And I respect that. I appreciate that. I think we all go about.
It's not like we get extra dollars because y'all made up a list that say who the best and who not the best. I believe Canelo #1 right now.
Right.
Honestly.
I agree. He's number one on mine over Buddy, even though he's a top ranked guy. But all of that.
But y'all have Terrence Crawford like really, really, really high. I mean, did y'all look at his opponents and who he fought? I know Kell Brooks was a dangerous fighter. You know, and I believe Kell Brooks was a great fighter he beat. But my bad. I don't want to throw out names. I don't got time to drama, but I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think a lot of people say the same things you do. But I wanted to really ask you about there's a lot of guys who don't necessarily pursue undisputed titles, unified titles. There's some people it's not important to them. Why is it important to you? You have 3 of the 4 belts. Why is it important for you to go get that 4th one that you don't have?
Well, I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and these are goals to accomplish. And these are things that I would love to put my body and my mind.
ESPN, he's talking to ESPN.
So if I put my body and my mind to it, my heart gonna follow. And this is something that I need the most, you know. Not necessarily the belts, you know, just some legacy shit. Like something that I feel like I could stand strong on, you know, later in my life, show my kids, you know, accomplishing something that a lot of people doubt you on. A lot of people don't want to see you win. A lot of people don't want to see you even at the top of it.
Right. Appreciate your time. Good luck to you.
So let's talk about it. Jermell Charlo clearly has an issue with not being on the ESPN or Ring Magazine pound for pound rankings. So since we're here live real time, please take a time out, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. I've already put the link, but Thursday at, I forgot the time, 2 p.m. Eastern. What is it? 1 p.m. Pacific Central, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be live for the Charlo versus Castaño final press conference. Also, that Rolando Romero is going to be taking on Anthony, can you dig it, Yidget. And you're going to have Bakram Murtazaliev versus Akari Gray. Murtazaliev is the IBF mandatory. The winner of Castaño, Charlo versus Castaño, has to fight Murtazaliev or vacate the title or move up. So, significant fight if you want to know who the winner of Charlo versus Castaño is going to fight next. So, since we're here, let's go look at those ESPN pound for pound rankings and talk about who you would take out of the rankings for Jermell Charlo. But first, let's start here, I guess. Here's Jermell Charlo's resume. 34-1 with 18 KOs. WBC, WBA Super, IBF. And he does have the Ring Magazine Championship, right? Yeah, he does have the Ring Magazine Championship. Okay. So, let's look at his resume first. Before we talk about pound for pound and go look at the ESPN and Ring Magazine pound for pound list. Now, understand, I cover arguably more fights on YouTube across all weight divisions than probably the biggest boxing YouTubers, to be honest with you. I'm talking about vloggers, the ones who do live streams talking about fights. So I can consider myself, not to toot my own horn, pretty credible when it comes to talking about the pound for pound rankings of who should be there and who should not. And I'm going to explain to you why once we get to the rankings. So, in my opinion, if he defeats Brian Castaño, he'll be undisputed. But also, even if it wasn't for undisputed, if he was to defeat Brian Castaño and there were just 3 belts on the line, I think that would be enough to get him on pound for pound on all lists. Undisputed. Jason Rosario, 8th round KO. We now know Jason Rosario has a jelly belly. That's going to haunt him for the rest of his career. The Tony Harrison rematch, the build-up was phenomenal. I'm talking about, that shit is historic. Jorge Cota, this was a stay busy fight because Tony Harrison had a, quotations, ankle injury, despite Tony Harrison saying he can call up Al or somebody and say he can pull out and fake an injury, all that bullshit. Before that, a well over the hill Austin Trout. And this was a very significant fight. I forgot what I was doing, but the fight was over so fast. I was ringside, by the way. Well, I actually wasn't ringside when Lubin got knocked out. I was in the back bullshitting around or whatever. And then all I heard was, oh! And then I was trying to run back to my seat, and Lubin was stretched. I was also at the Charles Hatley fight. Bad blood. That's when me and the Charles had some badass blood. Yeah. Long story. And then John Jackson. He was losing his fight before he got the KO. Joaquim Alcine. Vinicius Monterosian was a very credible fight at the time. Gabriel Rosado. This win speaks a whole lot, even though at the time, people thought that Gabriel Rosado was done then. So, but let's focus on his last 4 fights. Rosario, Tony Harrison, Cota, Tony Harrison. Now let's go look at the ESPN pound for pound rankings. I think that Canelo's number 1. People are going to argue about Terrence Crawford, but still, Terrence Crawford is still undefeated. However, I argue if he should still be this high at this point in time in the pound for pound rankings. But I believe we're not talking about positions. We're talking about if they should be in the pound for pound rankings or not. So that let's stick on that part. And Inoue definitely has to be in the pound for pound. Now, what I'm going to say about these smaller weight divisions, guys like Inoue and Estrada, and over on the Ring Magazine top 10, guys like Ioka. I'm trying to figure out how to say it without stepping on any toes. The people who are really, really petitioning for God or saying Jermell Charlo should be here and there, these guys, and they have the content. You can go watch their YouTube channels. They don't cover the smaller weight divisions like they should. You know, it's constantly Joshua Fury, Spence, Canelo, Tank Davis. They're not really covering these smaller divisions. So they're not going to, say, well, Inoue should be there. You see what I'm saying? But let's go back to the rankings, and I'm trying to make a point here. Right? So you got Errol Spence, he should be there. Teofimo Lopez, undisputed. Well, it depends on how you look at the franchise. I don't have comfort or comfortable saying that Teofimo's undisputed. But hey, whatever. Moving on. Tyson Fury, he should be there. Josh Taylor, undisputed. He should be there. Usyk, he was undisputed, but you couldn't just take him off the list. This can be argued and questioned to an extent. But then again, he is at heavyweight right now, and he did defeat Derek Chisora. Nah, dog, he needs to be there. Lomachenko, he needs to be there. But if he took such a big fall, man, and then a lot of people may argue Juan Francisco Estrada. And just so happens, I have his box rec pulled up right here. 42-3 with 28 KOs. WB Super Flyweight champion. WBC. And him and Chuck. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm confused here. Okay, yeah, they're both fighting for the. What the fuck? I'm confused. What happened with these belts? I didn't forget my memory shit. Well, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is a 1-over-1 Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. And if I remember correctly, I think I had Chocolatito winning. Carlos Calderas, very credible win. Dwayne Beeman, whatever. Rung Visai twice, even though a lot of people felt he lost. And then Calderas. So if you look at it right, he's got this one loss in the close decision. He's got this one loss right here when I felt he shouldn't have lost, but nonetheless, on paper, it's a loss. I don't know. Can you really say that Charlo should replace Castaño, Estrada in the ESPN pound for pound? And if there's anybody you will replace in the ESPN pound for pound, who would it be in the top 10? Who would you replace in the top 10 of ESPN for Jermell Charlo right now? Now, I'm sorry if he become undisputed. Listen, Estrada or Usyk gotta go. Damn, I don't know. I don't feel confident saying that. I know it's definitely Estrada. He gotta go. He gonna have to go. But who else could possibly? Who would you take out? Who would you take out? It would have to be either Usyk or Estrada. Lomachenko, I don't think, bro. He was just pound for pound. You can't drop him just completely off the list. Now you just sound ridiculous talking about any of them. You can make an argument for taking Fury out because Fury has not been active. You can make that argument. He has a full since 2020. I say the next. I don't know. I mean, Usyk is heavyweight, but that's still, you can still be pound for pound moving up. You see what I'm saying? Here's the rankings formula. The rankings are based on a descending point system with the first place vote receiving 10, a second place vote receiving 9, and so on. A tie goes to the fighter with the highest ranking, and then the one with the most votes at that ranking. Other receiving votes, Tank Davis 6, Golovkin 5, Manny Pacquiao 4, Jermell Charlo 4, Valdez 3, Chocolatito Gonzalez 2, Arturberto BF 2, Jermell Charlo 2. Teddy Atlas, Crawford, Alvarez, Inoue, Spence, Lomachenko, Usyk, Pacquiao, Lopez, Fury, Estrada. Timothy Bradley, Canelo, Crawford, Inoue, Spence, Lopez, Taylor, Lomachenko, Fury, Usyk, Davis. He got Tank Davis as this. Interesting, Tim Bradley. Andre Ward, Crawford, Alvarez, Fury, Spence, Inoue, Usyk, Lopez, Estrada, Taylor, Valdez. I don't know about that Valdez, Andre Ward. But hey, people are entitled to their opinions, man. This is life. This is the real world. Testator, Alvarez, Crawford, Inoue, Taylor, Lopez, Spence, Lomachenko, Usyk, Valdez, Estrada. Company man. Parkinson, who the hell is this? Am I supposed to know this guy? Do I know this guy? I don't know these people. Do I really care with these people? Okay, I like Raskin. I know him. But do I really know these people? Do you really care about them? What Phelps is this? Do you really care about anybody else down here? However, you do got this Rothstein guy. He's got Charlo. Was he the guy that was on the media call? He's got Charlo, both Charlos. So they're on some people's list, but not all. And it seems as though Charlo has some votes for 10th, 9th, and 8th. So he's on some list.
Back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Julio Ochoa has just donated $2. You're the man. A cray Charlo, not P4P. He's not good. PS Ped.
Thank you for the super chat. I don't know, man. But you can't argue that if he defeats Brian Castaño, Or if Brian Castaño wins, they have to be pound for pound. You're undisputed. You know? Now, let's go look at the Ring Magazine. Let's go look at the Ring Magazine. But anyway, here's my vote. If you were to replace anybody in the top pound for pound on ESPN, in my opinion, it would be Estrada or Fury off of inactivity. And I can't really, like everybody else, I cover Usyk. I've been covering him for years now, like a few years now. And I've seen literally all his fights. They're available online. You can't take him off the list, dog. And I know a lot of, casual fans, they may try to take him off the list. Nah, dog, he belong. Usyk, Estrada, Mel, Tank. Tank creeping up, too. But the thing is, shit. Listen, pound for pound is rough. Pound for pound is rough, bro. But some guaranteed that have to be there. Canelo has to be there. We shouldn't even be talking about that. Crawford has to be there. Inoue has to be there. Spence has to be there. Teofimo has to be there. Josh Taylor has to be there. And Usyk, Loma. But Loma has to be there. I'm sorry. So it's up to Usyk and Estrada. But I'm going to say that Usyk has to be there, bro. Oh, shut up, Major Foodie. Drugs, she's don't count. You gotta be quiet. You guys are nuts. Stay on topic. Yeah. All right. So if he wins, he should be pound for pound. But looking at the resume that we have right here, right now, despite having the belts, 3 of them, it's not a pound for pound resume. And, I'm going to go ahead and say I like Charlo. And, even though there's been bad blood and they've been pissed at me for some reason, they probably don't even remember. But good. So the next time I see him at an event, I'm going to try to get some interviews and hopefully they'll remember. But anyway, and you got to think about it. Tony Harrison, all right. But he wasn't exactly like what he is known as now, like as popular when they fought. Remember, that card was supposed to be Jermell Charlo versus Willie Monroe, and then Charlo versus Tony Harrison. And people were like, yeah, And many expected for Charlo to win the rematch unless the mind games had played a toll. The mind games from Tony Harrison. But come on, Austin Trout, Tony Harrison, Jorge Cota, Tony Harrison again, and then Jason Rosario, some may say, I'm not going to say it, but some may say the J-Rock fight was kind of a fluke because, look, he got the jelly belly. So that, some can, I don't know, I'm not trying to downplay because those are great fights. But when we look at the fights that the other pound-for-pound fighters have been fighting and what they've accomplished, Jermell Charlo was one fight from being pound-for-pound, and he should be pound-for-pound on all lists after that. I just don't think he's there right now. And he can't say that people are not trying to put him on the pound-for-pound list because we're clearly seeing right here that he's getting pound-for-pound votes. He's getting pound-for-pound votes. Now, the Ring Magazine list, let's go look at that. Canelo number 1, Inoue number 2, Crawford number 3, Usyk number 4, Taylor number 5, Spence number 6. By the way, Spence versus Pacquiao, or Pacquiao versus Spence is going to be also have the Ring Magazine title on the line. So technically right now, there's the WBC, the IBF, and some type of bullshit WBA status that they did to themselves, I guess, on the line. And then the Ring Magazine is going to be on the line. Teofimo Lopez, Estrada's got to be there because he's got the Ring Magazine belt, so he's got to be on their list. Loma and Ioka. Now let's go look at this guy. Because I know people are going to be like, who the fuck is their guard? And I'm still kicking myself. I was bullshitting around. And this is going to haunt me forever for not covering this fight. It's going to haunt me forever. Now, the Daminietes fight, I don't remember. I covered it and I don't remember. Now, these are very, very, very good names. Aston Palicte, former WBO champion. Donnie Nietes, who's back, by the way. McWilliams Arroyo. These are names that are known. And these, these names rival Tony Harrison, Corey Jorge Cota, and Jason Rosario. But you have to cover these divisions, these low weight divisions, 115, to know any better. And these fights are not easy to cover or watch because, for one, they're either coming on real early in the morning because they're over in Japan, or on New Year's Eve early in the morning. So I'm sorry. Right now, I got to say that I agree with both of the pound for pound list. Call me crazy. But if Charlo wins this next fight, then he's got to be there. And then he'll have a Ring Magazine belt. So when you have the Ring Magazine, they got to wait a minute. He does have the Ring Magazine belt right now. But he hasn't done more than a Yoka right now. I'm sorry. And looking at Estrada, put it this way, if there was a top 15 or a top 11 pound for pound, then Charlo should be number 11. Right? You might be hating, just a little secret, T Street. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, bro. You don't watch more boxing than me, so I shouldn't even respond to you, to be honest with you. You can't tell me that you watch these fights. So if you watch you can't tell me that you do. You can't tell me that you know who these people are. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit around with you. I know y'all don't watch these fights. Oh, weak divisions. Okay, all right. I will never answer anything you ever have to say on this channel again. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. And now I'm dumb for responding to you. Never again. So, as I was saying, looking at it right now, if he was to defeat Castaño, then okay. I'm not here to tickle your assholes. I'm here to tell you the truth. You see, you just saw me literally go through the shit in the resumes. Like, bro, you're out of control. So I'm sorry. I just don't, I just don't see it. Lara is now at 160 pounds. Lara's now at 160. He fought Cornflake Lamana for the WBA bullshit world title. Now, as far as Golovkin is concerned, word is Canelo, according to Lance Pugmire of the Athletic, looks like there may be some talk going on. Yeah, I'm going to be playing and getting the ESBC boxing game, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to be shilling for them. They ain't show me shit, and the game look like it's going to be shit, to be honest. If you really want to be honest, it's too much they got to do, and they're not showing us anything, and I don't like the shilling that they're doing. So basically what they're doing is, this is what I've heard. They're contacting YouTubers to get the YouTubers to shill, to be like, okay, we're going to do this character release some shit, and we're going to send you the video, and we want you to fucking be like, oh, they got fucking, oh, like, nah, I'm too old, nah, fuck out of here. So all they doing is showing motherfucking boxers moving over. They're not showing nothing. So anyway, if you don't know, there's a new boxing game that's in development. It's called the eSports Boxing some shit.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Thanks, David.
David Stubida has just donated $3. You're the man. Love the channel and your unbiased take on boxing.
Thanks, bro. Salute. So yeah, I'm not shilling for that bullshit game. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going to buy the game, and I'm probably going to be streaming it a lot, but I'm not shilling for that fucking game. Like, no way. It looked like trash. Like, yeah, they showing the fight. I like the graphics, but until you show me clinching mechanics and fighting on the inside, I don't want to see these fighters dancing around. Like, nah, you miss me with the bullshit. Like, no way. But, credit to them for even trying, right? I'm going to give it a chance. So let's go talk about the 154-pound division as a whole while we're here. My website, FightView360.com. We update our rankings monthly in accordance with the sanctioning bodies, the WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, and Ring. As we talked about earlier, Bakram Murtazaliev is the next in line for the winner of Charlo versus Castaño. There's no way out of it. They have to fight him, vacate the belt, or move up, or vacate the belt, whatever. He's on the undercard. We don't know what Charlo or Castaño is going to do. They both have been saying the same shit. It's like, well, we don't know what we're going to do. We're not looking past each other. After, the winner has to fight Erickson Lubin, who's now the WBC mandatory. After that, the winner has to fight, the winner of whatever's going to happen with Tim Tszyu, Liam Smith, and Magomed Kurbanov. That's literally what has to happen. Now, will Charlo, if he wins, move to 160? I don't know. We don't know. Because then you would think that, well, his brother and Jermell Charlo has been flirting with 168 pounds. But we're going to stay at 160 right now. I think right now, it's hard to say who the future is of 154 if Charlo or Castaño were to move up. Because Erickson Lubin looks like he has some chinny vulnerabilities, right? Fedora, I'm not high on Fedora. Julian J. Rock Williams, there's still a question mark around him, There's still a question mark around him. Jared Swift Hurd, well, I think he should be fighting at 160 and stop trying to boil back down to 154. That's my personal opinion. I think, bro, just, Terrell Goucher. Sergio Garcia has also been flirting with 160 pounds. Lubin and Garcia was supposed to be ordered, but, I'm looking like Sergio Garcia is going to be fighting at 160. And I covered his last fight on a Sergio Martinez card, no less. Yes, I cover a whole bunch of boxing. Yes, you just heard me say I covered a Sergio Martinez card that I paid for on Fight.tv. You got Austin Trout still out there kicking around. And it's like the 154-pound division is pretty top-heavy. But then you got guys like Danny Garcia who's talking about moving up. Danny Garcia better stay as far away from 154 as possible, yo. I don't see it. Very dangerous up there for him. Them dudes are strong, and majority, if not all of the 154-pounders that we just mentioned, can easily compete at 160 and possibly touch 168 pounds one day, as they get older. So Danny Garcia moving to 154 with his height and lack of power carrying up from 140 to 147, bro. I don't know. I don't think he should do it. I think he should stay his ass right at 154 pounds. 147 pounds, where he belongs. Unless he's going to go up there and fight Jesse Vargas or some shit. Oh, he's Danny Garcia. Hey, listen, Philly stand up. But listen, Danny Garcia's sacred food. He's a sacred ass meal. Finally seasoned, perfectly cooked. He would get beat the fuck up. No disrespect, man. But we got to tell this shit like it is. I ain't here to suck no cock. Fuck that. I can't go on the record and be like Danny Garcia, can really do some damage at 154. What? He's too small. Yeah, he's got a chin, but that chin only lasts but so many divisions. And 154, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. So anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. It was nice talking to you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley press conference, which is going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. Please take your time out, like the video. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. This is not my last Charlo video of the week. I'm going to be doing a lot. In fact, I'm going to watch All Access and get that video out in the morning. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm also back on Twitter. I'll put the link down below in the description box. This is T-Street Controversy with FightView.